Hi. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Miss Schroep, and if you do know me, then you already knew that. 5 years ago, I sat in my oncologist's office having just heard that I had cancer. I was 31 years old, I had a 6-week-old baby girl, and I was terrified. My doctor told me he'd never lost a Hodgkin's patient and that I wasn't going to be his first, so that made me feel a little better. My husband and I drove from the hospital to Oliver to tell my principal because I was still on maternity leave. I'll never forget Miss Nancy asking if everything was okay when we said we needed to see Miss Lefkowitz. I just shook my head no because I couldn't say a word. Now, 5 years later, by medical standards, I'm considered cured. For me, this year is about thank yous. Thank you to my doctor, who was immediately suspicious because my symptoms matched those of his niece, who was diagnosed a year before. Thank you to Miss Rucker, who came every 2 weeks for the rest of that school year so my kids had consistency while I was out for chemo. Thank you to my coworkers and friends who provided food, even through the summer. Thank you to Leanne Kelly, our new principal in the fall of 2008, who I met when I told her I had to leave early every day for a month for radiation. She hugged me and said it would all be okay. Thank you to Leslie Miller, who was the administrative constant through all of it. Thank you to the parents and students that year who never complained about my leaving, who only offered their support. Thank you to my teammates who never complained either. They only wanted to know what they could do to help. Thank you to Dr. Medlock and Dr. Norwood for allowing me to take Pennies for Patients on as my baby and run with it. Thank you to Lila Hazard for counting more loose change in the last 5 years than most people will ever see. In the last 5 years, we've raised over $10,000 for Pennies for Patients for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. So thank you to all current and former members of Oliver for helping with that. There's so many more people to thank that I can't individually thank you all. Just know that I love you and am grateful to you. Having the support and love of people who have lost loved ones to cancer means the most to me. I know how blessed and fortunate I am. In the last 5 years, I know of too many people who've lost loved ones to cancer, and many more have been diagnosed and are still fighting. Cancer really does touch us all. Most of you have heard the statistic before, but it's so powerful I have to share it again. Over the course of their lifetime, 1 in 3 people will develop cancer, and the other 2 will know someone who does. I am a double statistic. Not only have I had cancer, I know far too many people fighting it. Sorry for the interruption. This year's campaign will be different from those of past years. Today is our kickoff. Next Tuesday, February 26th, I will celebrate being cancer-free for 5 years. On that day, I invite you to participate in Celebrate and Support Day. We will celebrate survivors and support people fighting cancer, as well as the families of the fallen heroes. To honor a survivor, I encourage you to wear purple. To honor a cancer patient or the family of a fallen hero, I encourage you to wear red and show them love. You may have seen little yellow boxes like these around school. Normally, you'd fill them and put them in your classroom box. This year, you will turn them in the week of March 5th. They're available for a quarter from your student council representative. Please fill these up and bring them with you to the dance. This year, on March 5th and 7th, we will have dances called Kick Up Your Heels to Help Cure Cancer. On March 5th, we'll have a dance for 5th and 6th grades after school. Admission is $5 and includes popcorn and a drink. Your full $5 goes to Pennies for Patients. The dance for 7th and 8th grades will be after school on March 7th. Tickets will be pre-sold the week before, but will not be sold at the door. You will turn in your yellow box at the dance. This is a great opportunity for us to raise additional money. If you can't come to the dance, you could turn it into Ms. Schroep or Dr. Norwood sometime that week. Now for the part you're going to love. Ms. Collins has agreed that for a suggested donation of $1, You may wear jeans to school on March 14th, the last day before spring break. Last year, we raised over $4,000. This year, I'd love to see us raise $5,000 for my 5-year. I love a challenge. Help me make this goal a reality. Thank you.